Hello, everyone. This is Redemption Hour, and my name is Oluwafemi Bamiduro. Let me start by telling you a short story about my life. I'm from Oyo State, particularly from Ibadan, Agbeni to be precise. I love my heritage, my Yoruba heritage. Wonderful. I was born in the late 70s. Like I said, I'm from Oyo State, so that is to tell you that my dad is from Oyo State and my mom is from Ogun State. And my mom is from a royal family in Ogun State. Well, that aside, I just want to tell this story so that just to inspire someone, in case you want to give up, in case you want to lose up, in case you want to blame your parents for not being rich, or not, or you want to blame them because they are not well-to-do, or you want to blame them because they can't send you to school. No, stay off it. It is possible for you to be born poor, but if you die poor, it's your fault. Okay, quickly. I don't want to blame my dad, but I will tell you a little bit of story about my dad. From all information I can gather, I should be like a grandchild to my dad. Yeah, I should be a grandchild to my dad. But then, it started very late. To us, it's late, but to God, it's not late. So, fortunately, I'm the only boy. I'm the only man in the family. I was working in cooperative bank as office clerk. That's one thing I know, office clerk. But then, when I was born, I believe that my dad is a middle class man. He's not really poor. But then, I think he was retired shortly after I was like, maybe when I was, I don't really know, maybe when I was the age of 5 or 4. No, I think when I was the age of 6 years old, he retired. He didn't tell anyone. So he retired, nobody knows, my mom is not aware. I don't know why he did that. The only thing I know then in the early 80s was that he picked up a woman somewhere, and all the money they gave him for his retirement, he was swindled, all sorts of things like that. Those are the stories that I was able to scavenge at the end of the day. But I'm telling you, we suffered. We suffer. We suffer tire. Suffer nearly run away from us because we suffer past suffer. Primary school wasn't easy. I got admitted at the age of 7 years. Going to school, sometimes in primary school, there is no food to eat. Going to school, sometimes I have to eat a bar. The bar I did not finish a night before. I have to eat it in the morning just to go. Sometimes I get to school and I will be sleeping in the class. Sometimes when they serve us food at night, you don't want to finish it so that you just remain a little bit so that you can just put something in your tummy in the next morning. Is that bad? Sometimes you go to school and you return back, there's no food to eat. Is that bad? The only time we eat chicken is only on Christmas Day. Is that bad? Sometimes I go to school without sandals, barefooted. Is that bad? In the rain, in the summer, hot scorching sun, without sandals on my feet. there was no iron to iron my school uniform in primary school. It got to a level that everything got twisted. My top and it just shrinked because there's nothing to stretch it. No iron. It's that bad. Sometimes my knicker, the butt of my knicker is torn. It's that bad. Well, by the grace of God, I was able to finish my primary school. Secondary school. I got to secondary school maybe at the age of 13. Yes. And I finished secondary school maybe at the age of 20. Okay, my secondary school. JS1, it wasn't really easy. JS2, I remember my story about having a torn shirt, covering up with a sweater, and a female senior who lives on my street, who knows me very well, asked me to remove my sweater, the one I used in covering up my torn shirt. I removed it for her. Everybody laughed at me, but I can't stop. It's too late for me to stop. I can't quit. Nothing can stop me except myself. I'm the only one who can stop myself. No one can stop me. I have to live with one of my sisters in the mission. And she can't even afford to feed me. She told me I have to hawk food. To sell things. I hawk on the street in the machines market. It got to a level in JS3. I have to hawk to pay for my junior WAEC. I have to hawk to buy a textbook. I have to hawk to buy bag, uniform, and to pay for my junior WAEC. I did all that because I can't quit. If I don't do it, I will stop. That will be the end of my school. All right? My mom tried. In all fairness, she tried. But then, it may amaze you that I told you that she's from a royal family. Unfortunately, none of our family come to her rescue. But it's just for the story to be sweet. Because when a man help you, they take glory. Well, when God help you, He takes all the glory. So none of my mom's family could help her. None come to her rescue. No one. And she's from a well-to-do family. But well, I can't blame anyone. All right. Moving forward. I remember my mom, when I was about to write my senior WAEC, she took me to one of our first cousin. Unfortunately, he couldn't help. He asked me to write a letter to the church so that the church can pay for my WAEC. Unfortunately, the church said they are out of budget. What can I do? I have to hawk on the street of Lagos. Cooked rice to pay for my WAEC. Yes, I paid for it. Technically, I was the one feeding myself throughout my secondary school because I have to sell to eat. Technically, no one paid for my WAEC or GC or anything. I can say no one paid. But I remember there was one of my first cousin who assisted me. Yeah. I don't know the amount, but who assisted me when I was trying to buy WAEC from one of the GC I bought. Someone bought one for me anyway. To be very honest. All right. I didn't finish my secondary school until when I became 20 years. All right. Why am I telling you this? In case you are listening to me and you hawk maybe at every, maybe a traffic stop on the highway, Third Mainland Bridge, wherever you are in any part of the world, whether you're in the village, don't be discouraged. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. All right? There is light at the end of the tunnel. The only reason why your story will be sweet is because you must have a story to tell. If there is no story, there will be no glory. If there is no thorn, there is no crown. All right? If there is no thorn, there will be no crown. So please, if there is no star, if there is no scar, there will be no star. Ojú ẹni máa là, dandan ni kó rí wọn wí. Ẹni ò ṣe bí aláàárù lóyìnbó, kò lè ṣe bí ajégbọrọ̀ lọ́jà ọba. Maybe I should interpret that to you. If you don't be a load carrier in Oyigbo, you cannot become Ajigboro in Oja Oba's market in Ibadan. If you want to become somebody, you must have a story to tell. You don't need to do Yahoo. You don't need to do rituals. You don't need it. All you need is education. Yes, education, number one. Formal or informal education. You need education. Information is power. Education, going to school, fine. It's very good. The reason why I can talk to you is because I'm educated. And I'm educated both in a formal way and informal way. I learned one or two things. And I'm talking about informal, I'm talking about, well, if you want to, it's not an informal anyway. But education in terms of, informal in terms of you learning handwork. Mechanic, tailoring, education is good. You have to be skilled. All right. Go to university. If you are a carpenter, that doesn't mean that you'll be poor. Don't let anybody lie to you. It's not just about being an engineer or being a doctor that will put food on the door. It's a lie. That was the stories that they were telling us back in the days now. You can become a mechanic and employ a graduate if you know your onions. You can be a carpenter and employ a master degree holder if you know your onions. I'm telling you. But then, be well educated, be well informed. You don't need, because money attracts value. If you're empty, your pocket will be empty. You must have something here. All right? All right? You're well informed. You have education. You are well informed. Be connected to God. God above all. One with God is much more than a majority. All right? Make sure you are well. Be prayerful. Life is a battle. They have seen who you are going to become. They don't want you to become that person. Life is a battle. Be prepared to fight. It's going to be war. It's not just in Africa. It's going to be war. All right? Till we meet again. Once again, my name is Oluwafemi Bamidoro, and this is Redemption Hour. Stay blessed. God bless you. See you some other time.